Have you been abused online?
So many times. I've been abused, I've been picked on.
I have also been, or rather experienced, many of the challenges that we're working against.
Fortunately, I've not.
We've had several cases, so many people have expressed themselves freely, just giving opinion on a given subject, and you're held accountable for the statement you made.
And in typical troll fashion, this person did not respond to my DM. They simply screenshotted my message and posted on their timeline.
Meaning that even if those rights are there are limitations. We've had several, just to mention but a few. Recently, you had the case of Stella Nyanzi.
And so you should always be prepared. And that doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You have to grow thick skin, and be ready for whatever comes.
I've been abused, I've been picked on. I think my worst experience of abuse was in 2013. So this is a bar that everyone knew was openly racist for the longest time, and no one wanted to do anything about it, including myself. I knew that they were openly racist. I would go there with a white friend who had never been there before, and they'd be like, he's a member, he doesn't have to pay. But I didn't realize just how racist it was until they refused me to enter and had no reason for refusing me to enter, and then said you could be a prostitute or a thief because that's what you look like. And when I wrote about that, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, I saw how differently women are treated than men on the internet, which is why Women at Web is so important to me. If a man had written about that experience, it would be like, good on you, man, you're finally speaking up. This is our country, no one is allowed to come here. But when I wrote about that experience, it was vicious.
I, for one, no, not really, but I've had close friends who have really gotten into shit. I'm not really into, public communication. Like when it comes to Facebook, for example, if I'm to use that, I've subscribed to several groups like the Mama Tendo, and then we also have Kilimani Moms, and I tend to follow their discussion, but then I'm always quiet. But I see people like trying to post, you're trying to give out your suggestion, but then someone comes out and really feels offended and he gets you on until you completely... I've seen people opting out, because of the harassment, and they cannot really handle it. It happened to my friend, and she really had to, hate the internet. She was like, now, why am I on this internet? Because I thought, despite the fact that it's kind of learning, I should also be free to express myself. But she was harassed until she opted out and ended up blocking other friends. But I've not experienced it myself.
Have you experienced any sort of backlash or violence online?
Well, I think being a woman on the internet, few can say that they've not faced any form of the online affronts that are commonly experienced. So yes, I can say I'm free of that. I can't remember what has come along the way, but yeah, I have also been, or rather experienced, many of the challenges that we're working against at Women at Web.
Well, if you look like a whore, then you are a whore. You must have gone there dressed like a slut. I got over 200 comments, and I think more than 75% of them were quite traumatizing. But what hurt me the most was a message I got from someone in Rwanda who said, I really feel sorry for what happened to you, but you really should stop talking about it because now everyone just knows you as a girl who was thrown out of a bar. But at the time, I was young and I was fearless. And so I was just giving everybody the middle finger. Now I might be like, I don't have time to roll in the mud with pigs. But back then I had time, I won't lie. I loved rolling in the mud with pigs. And I took it. And I remember being in a car and hearing a radio presenter saying regarding that story, I think Lindsay just has an inferiority complex. But I don't care. At the end of the day, if there's a signpost outside that says no racism allowed in this bar. So I was able to take the abuse. But I'm not going to lie, I can't take that abuse today. I will not invite it. I will run as soon as it begins. I'm not the same person that I was. We also change, and how we also behave on the internet changes in our own experience. Yeah.
Fortunately, I've not. The women that have experienced backlash, whether personal or official expression, need to develop a tough skin. These are their views. Yes, these are their views. Nobody controls their account, you know. It's their account and theirs alone. So whoever gets on their account or shares their content, you know, does so at their own risk. So they do not have to be abused for what they believe in. I mean, and this perhaps will also help for the abusers to understand that whatever comes from a woman or any other person is their own view. You either agree to it or not, and right? It's their right. It's their right. So you do not have to abuse me because I've expressed myself, you know. You can only present a different view, yeah, but not in an attacking way. So I think the women out there need to be tough. Yes, I mean this is also a way of putting us down as women, you know. They come onto our spaces and try to dictate what we should think and how we should present it. I mean, that's beyond that's going beyond the levels of where they should actually stop. I think it's the women need to understand that whatever comes out of them, it's their view, it's their expression, it's their right. Yes, it's their right, and they should do it constantly.
It's so funny because I think as organizing a space where we're going to dialogue about trolling, misinformation, disinformation, and how that affects how we take in information and stuff like that. So I reached out to my networks and asked around, do you know any known troll that you can help me get in touch with, who can be in the room? Because we want to also know, how do trolls think? Why do they do the things they do? Why would someone just troll someone they don't know for the sake of trolling, right? So I got a couple of names and I DM'd this one person, and I didn't DM them in the way that they are troll. I simply asked them whether they would be invited to be part of a space where we're going to talk about ABCD. So I gave full information, but didn't approach them in this way of, I know you are troll, so I'm inviting you, so you know. And in typical troll fashion, this person did not respond to my DM. They simply screenshotted my message and posted on their timeline. Now, see, this person is a girl and I'm a queer woman. So her message, it's like she was trying to tell her audience that I'm using the invitation to the space as a way to, get to her or whatever.